we'll shift focus now to Edo politics. It appears there is a huge political infighting within the APC in Edo State, and the governor there, Godwin Obaseki, and the former governor and the national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshomole, are on a war path. This comes after the member representing Esho North East One in the Edo State House of Assembly, Frank Okiye, emerged as Speaker of the House. Okiye emerged as Speaker of the House during the inauguration of the 7th Assembly held on Monday night, that's last Monday. 9 out of 24 legislators were in attendance. After the ushering the lawmakers into the chambers, the clerk of the House, Audu Omagbai, read a proclamation letter transmitted to the House by Governor Godwin Obaseki. Okiye's emergence comes amidst alleged imposition of the leadership of the House by the state government. 19 aggrieved lawmakers had earlier stated in a press conference that they claimed that the governor was trying to impose the leadership of the House on them. Let's get talking on the one and get some perspectives on this one, everyone. I have joining me from Abuja, the Honorable Chris Okaiben, a member of the House of Assembly in Edo State, and also Mr. Matthew Edahese from our Benin studio. He's a legal practitioner and rights activist. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on tonight. Let me begin with you, Honorable Okaiben. What is happening in Kogi State presently? It does look like the governor has responded to the former governor, and both of them are not agreeing. In Edo State presently, a lot of people are worried of what is happening. You had said off the air that you have not been inaugurated. How many of you have not been inaugurated?
Yeah, thank you very much, Shehu, and thank you. I say good evening to all Nigerians who are watching us live right now. About 15 of, a total of about 15 of us have not been inaugurated. As of today, I think 14 now, because with their stick and carrot approach again, they were able to worry about one person to probably, out of cohesion, become part of the process. But you know what I can say here clearly, what happened in the Edo Assembly is clear political banditry. Whereas we are crying all over Nigeria over insurgency and over banditry everywhere, but it's sad that it has been taken to the other arm of government, which is the legislative arm of government, and it's very, very disheartening. I must say, this was a house. Members, the day we collected our certificate of return, we were all very excited. We were proud that we have been elected by our people to be their voice in the 7th Assembly. And immediately we collected our certificate of return. Okiye, wonderful guy, very perfect gentleman. He hosted us on a treat, on a luncheon, you know, to suggest that as members, we were united. We wanted to come on board to bring value. But what we saw on that day that they claimed to have done the inauguration, see, so how can we say we have done an inauguration? Party members labored with us through the rain, through sun, to campaign for us, and they have all been calling and asking that what is happening, when is this inauguration, when is this inauguration? Some have sewn their clothes. The pictures for that day alone is a memory, is a memorable one that people want to keep.
Why have you not been sworn in? You've not told us the reason why you have been. Have you been given a date for inauguration? Why have you not been inaugurated?
We didn't get any date for inauguration. We've not been inaugurated.
Where were you on the night, or on the day that the 9 of your colleagues were inaugurated? Where were you?
Now listen, this inauguration was done at a nocturnal hour, at 9:30 p.m. in the midnight. You can see, go back to some of the video clips. A honorable member was being sworn in with a short knicker, desecrating the hallowed chamber. How do you describe that? How do you describe that? All right. In a democracy?
Let me speak to Mr. Matthew Edahese, who obviously is not on the program to agree with you with some of your thoughts. Mr. Edahese, how would you're a lawyer, legally speaking, how would you describe 9 members out of 24 inaugurated and being sworn in, and a speaker being elected? How would you describe that, legally speaking and politically too?
Yes, thank you, Shehu, for having me on your program. Chris Okaiben spoke, and I listened very attentively to him. He has not even attended to the issues. He was a member of the House of Assembly before now. As we speak now, he's a member-elect, not a member of the House Assembly as you addressed him just now. He's a member-elect. As a lawyer who has knowledge of the law and issues of law, it is not correct to say 9 members inaugurated voids the process because others are not inaugurated. I want to draw a very vivid illustration. If you write an entrance exam into a tertiary institution and you pass very well or you pass averagely, you are not yet a student. You won't be so addressed as a student until you pass through the processes of admission and the university will formally admit you into the university. That is when you put on the toga of studentship. Now, those who were available for inauguration, they are, properly speaking, members of the House. Others are mere members-elect. They are not part of the House. When you are talking quorum, which they have been making so much issues about, quorum is related to those who are available for inauguration.
What you were describing, are you justifying that they were not on their own volition, did not appear for the inauguration? Were they aware of the inauguration? Why were they absent? Is that what you're defending?
Yes, if you listen to my analysis carefully, I overheard the former governor, Adam Shomole, the APC national chairman, just now saying it was not properly communicated. I stand here to say that he is not a member of the House. He is not the clerk of the House. He is not the person to be communicated to. The governor is under a duty by law to communicate to the clerk of the House the letter of proclamation of the assembly for inauguration. That's where he has done. Whoever is having a contrary view should put it in the public table and let us see what is contrary that was not supposed to be done that was done. Then, for the communication from the clerk to the members-elect, it is a two-party communication between the clerk and individual members. There is no law that says it must be publicized in the national dailies or sent to international media outfits. If that is done, it's just surplusage. Communication from the clerk to the members-elect is sufficient. Compliance with the law, the extant law. So whoever is saying he was not communicated to and is not a member of the House, or it's not a member-elect, I don't know where the arguments will be hung.
Mr. Edaise, legally speaking, Mr. Edaise, you know what the Constitution says about the constitution of an inauguration of the House of Assembly. The numbers required to constitute or to inaugurate the House of Assembly, is that properly followed on the day of inauguration when the letter of proclamation was said to have been read?
Yes, the constitutional requirements of 2/3, 9 members of the House is one in excess of that requirement. But taking the argument further, the Constitution is envisaging those present, the members-elect. Don't forget that they are members-elect. They are not members of the House. And if that the argument is to be attended to, it has been met by that 9 members that were present for inauguration. 2/3 is already achieved.
No, but again, look at it. Again, Mr. Edaise, from what the Constitution,
yes.
I do not agree because based on what the law says, but could they have attended or sat at that time of the day?
That is another question. Those who are alleging that the timing was not proper, they should establish their claim. I read in the dailies it was 3:30. That is not night in Nigeria. It could be night in New Zealand or Australia. 3:30 is what was quoted. There, I may say 9:30. Was it there? It wasn't there. Why did you get that information for
Would you say, Mr. Edaise, that this is a political battle between Governor Obaseki and Mr. Adams Oshomole, the former governor?
Absolutely. That is the angle people will appreciate the Edo State drama properly. It is the interference of an external interest. It is not a battle between the legislature and the executive in Edo State. That is far from it. It is clearly, politically speaking, a battle between a wannabe godfather and a city. governor, who is incumbent, with all the powers of the office of the executive governor.
All right. Let me allow Honorable Okaeben to react to some of the things that you have said. Honorable Okaeben, you heard what he said without repeating some of the things that he said. Your reactions, please.
I listened to him carefully, but I think it's clear when we begin to wonder how Nigeria can move forward. This is a man who calls himself a lawyer, and because he's paid by the government of the day to come to the studio, he wants to mislead gullible Nigerians.
I wouldn't want you to raise insults on one of my guests. I invited you, and
I'm not raising an insult.
Being paid to come and talk in the studio, I wouldn't want you to do
listen, we have to get something straight here. All right, no, Shehu, we have to get something straight here. Now, there are some salient questions you have asked he refused to answer. He received that proclamation letter after we put the governor on notice when we granted a press conference. 19 of us granted a press conference on the same day, the night that inauguration was done. And that press conference was done in NUJ Press Center. Now, I will only ask him a simple question, Shehu, just because I know you don't have time. How many staffs of the assembly were present in the assembly at the time of that inauguration? Thank God you could see the hall. Where are the spouses of the honorable members that were being inaugurated? Where are the support staffs of the Edo State House of Assembly that were being inaugurated? Listen, you know, what I want to advise the barrister, even as a house, by the time we finally come back, the legislative arm is a different arm of government from the executive. We will surely come back and will become one in the house. But what we must put on the table is that what has happened in the house is pure fraud. And we must not begin to encourage it. Only a few days ago, let me take your mind back to Shehu. In your sister station, my brother Barrister Washington Osifo was on air. And he just mentioned that if we allow this illegality to stand, it might become a precedent for all other states in the future. Less than 24 hours, they struck in Bauchi. A similar thing happened where 11 against 20, now have a parallel speaker. But in Edo, because we are law-abiding people, we don't want to create any rancor.
But this is Honorable Okaeben. This is a clear battle between the former governor and the present governor, isn't it? Is that it?
Yeah, for me, on the matter of the house, it's clear, like you have said. You see, if for the barrister, why he now claims it's a battle between the governor and the former governor. The former governor today is the national chairman of this party, and automatically he is the father of the party. It would be an irresponsible father that will be coming and see his children fighting and does not bother to inquire as to why there is a fight and how we can remedy that fight. And so, first of all, he has identified there is a problem. Some major groups are aggrieved. How do we reconcile these two? We are a family in an APC state of 24 members.
Because that's where a lot of people are curious. But in 30 seconds, is this about who becomes the next governor of the state? Is it about who becomes the next governor of the state? Because we understand that the former governor does not want the sitting governor to get the ticket. Is that about it? In 10 seconds, please.
That is not true. That is not true, Shehu. I dare to challenge anyone. I dare to challenge anyone. What is happening is political propaganda. What they are doing is because they now want to ensure that they want to bring that in as sentiment. The next governorship election for Edo is next year. Why are we hitting up the polity over who becomes governor? The governor, as far as I'm concerned, is our brother. He's from the same local government with me. We can work to bring him back, but the governor will not coerce me to work for him to bring him back.
All right.
He must appeal to me and talk to me.
Honorable,
the former governor,
let me allow Mr. Matthew to give us his final thoughts on this. What is the major fear, politically speaking, in Edo at the moment? Is it because about returning or getting the ticket, or what exactly is the fear? In 30 seconds, please.
Shehu, if you come to Edo State, the streets of Edo State is peaceful, calm, people are excited. They are very, very happy about the new state of affairs at the House of Assembly. Whoever is complaining now is not in tune with the desire and will of the Edo people, because definitely all the requirements of the law were met with in that inauguration. Those who failed to turn up, like Saraki episode played out, and they chose to be holding extracurricular activities.
All right.
Stay away from their responsibility. So they cannot complain. If they are ready to be inaugurated, they should go to the speaker and fulfill all the requirements. They will be inaugurated.
We need to leave it at that. Mr. Matthew Adaise, a lawyer in our Benin studio. And I need to thank you also, Honorable Chris Okaeben, member-elect of the Edo State House of Assembly. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on. Well, that's our show for today. And thanks for watching. I'm Sean Kimale. Bye-bye.